Hello, we can hear you.
Good. My name is Pedro. I'm from Portugal, and I work in some projects in Angola and São Tomé and Prince in Mozambique.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So, Olusegun, please can you introduce yourself?
Good.
Okay, my name is Olusegun, BSc Civil Engineering, Master Civil Engineering. I work here in Lagos with Lamata on the rail project.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. You are all welcome. And Pedro, you are welcome also. I was supposed to be in Portugal in May before the COVID-19. So I think at this time, we also have our lead trainer, who is Yusuf Safadi. We give him room to also introduce himself to us before we start the program. Yusuf, please.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm just here to listen in if no one minds. Just because this is Sundays, I think first training, and we want to offer support and help with whatever we can. Possible way we can. As Sunday was saying, my name is Yusuf. I'm the lead certification reviewer and trainer for Sintali SGS, who are a global certifying body for EDGE certification. Hopefully you will enjoy this training. I'm not gonna stay for long. I'm just going to listen in, and if you need me Sunday, of course I will be available, and I can just drop in again.
Okay, thank you very much. You're welcome. So at this point, we are going to start the training for today.
Thank you.
So this is at the course outline, or we have almost 5 sections. Maybe we take the first 3 sessions for today or tomorrow, and tomorrow we take the remaining sessions. So in the course of this session 1, we are going to discuss give orientation and overview about EDGE, and we are going to define what green building is all about, and we discuss about the EDGE program. So this is the first phase of this training, and just listen attentively, you are just going to enjoy it. Now, the need for green building. When we are talking about green building, we want to make some building to be green, and we are advocating for developers, for real estate company to make their building a green building design. So there is need. We don't just wake up in the morning and we are saying, oh, come and make your building a green building. But there are some reasons why we are trying to advocate for green buildings. One of these reasons is, if we look on a global scale, majorly EDGE is specific to energy, water, and building material efficiencies. Those are the major focus of EDGE: energy, water, and building material efficiency. Now, somebody raise up his hand. Olusegun, do you want to say something?
Yes. Okay, sorry for interrupting you. My network is a little bit bad. I want to confirm, will you send the recording of this class after the end of the class?
Yes, I'm recording it.
Okay, can we have access to it after the class?
Yes, and I can also share
thank you.
the material with you after the training.
Okay, thank you.
So on a global scale, when we look at the outlook of the energy concept on a global scale, energy consumption will definitely grow by 37% by 2035. And 96% of this group will occur in developing countries. most of the developed countries are already working towards green building. But the major problem is in developing countries, and we are having that major challenge in Africa. So on a global scale, if we make a forecast against 2035, energy consumption is going to grow by 37%, and 96% of this growth will definitely occur in Africa. Then there will be a 100% increase in the population of developing countries by 2050. That means by 2050, the population of developing countries is going to double. And when the population doubled, it means that there will be need for more energy consumption. So emerging markets are in the midst of a construction boom, because when the population is growing, there will be greater needs for more housing to host those people. And when these houses are being built, if they are not more energy efficient, it means that more energy will likely also be consumed. So our major goal is to see how we can save a lot of energy through green building as against this population rise against 2050. Now, when we come to the water outlook, we discovered that global water consumption has grown at more than twice the rate of population increase in the last century. In developing countries, this will increase by another 50% by 2025. It means that by 2025, the water demand is going to be very high. And the water body, if you look at this water outlook for 2025, 1.8 billion people will suffer absolute water scarcity. For example, in Nigeria, there is a recent bill, water resources bill, that was the president is even about to sign into law last week, and people are already debating about it. Why are we signing water resources bill? So why are we trying to enact law to control water? Because the water body is already being stressed. If care is not taken, 2/3 of the population will have water stress condition. And you know, water is a basic necessity of human life. When there is no water, life will likely to be destroyed. That is why in our water industry, we normally say that a man will not know the value of water until his water well runs dry. When your well runs dry, when your tap ceases, you will know the value of water. So the major focus of Edge towards green building is to see how to save a lot of energy, is how to save a lot of water through adopting an effective measures or strategy to see how all this can be reduced in order to save a lot of, you save money, you will save water, then you will save energy. Now, let's go to building material. I told you that there are 3 building blocks of Edge apps, which is energy, which is the water, and which is the building material. So we have discussed the prediction about energy. We have discussed the prediction about water. Now let's look at what the building material is likely to become. In the building construction industry, these are the major building materials we use in construction. Now you can see that wood accounts for 38% of the building materials used in construction. Steel accounts for 21%. Aggregates account for 65%. And the other ones are for other materials. But for only the building material, you can see the proportion of percentage they are accounted for. So why are we so focused about the building material? Is that the building material and energy has interrelationship. If you select good building material, there is likelihood that your energy is going to reduce. There is also an interrelationship between energy and water. If you select energy efficient facility, energy consumption is going to be reduced. Because of this increase in percentage in building material against the building industry and the high water demand and the high energy demand, that are the reasons why ISC is advocating for green buildings so as to be able to reduce energy consumption, water consumption, building material, and in such, you will enhance the efficiency of the building. Materials. The impact of a typical office building over the 25 years in India as a case study. You can see in building construction, we have what we call embodied energy, and we have what we call operational energy. Embodied energy is the energy consumed in producing the building materials used in construction. It can be the energy used in fabrication, the energy used in hauling building material to site, the energy used on site in maybe in cutting rebars. So all the energy involved in producing building material, maybe the transportation of the building material, even the one used on site to construct some to produce some of the building materials used in construction is what we call embodied energy. You can see this embodied energy accounts for 30% of the total energy in a building. This embodied energy can be the energy used in constructing reinforcement of concrete slab, the one in manufacturing window glazing materials, the one used for floor ties, external wall for the brick or the concrete wall, and for the roof and internal walls. So the energy used in producing those materials used in the construction of these elements of the building is what we call embodied energy. Then for the operational energy account for 87%. The operational energy is the energy used while the building is already being put to use. For example, the energy used in cooling, the energy used for lighting, the energy used for computer application, computer use, and for fan and other use. So those are the operational energy. So while the operational energy is accounting for 87%, embodied energy is accounting for 30%. Remember, I said that embodied energy is the energy you consume in producing the materials used in building construction. It can also range from fabrication, transportation of the material to site, on-site energy use. Those are what we call the embodied energy. Now, why do we need green building? It's like the business case for green building. Build environmental impact. On a global scale, energy consumption as of 2010 is about 35% in building. You can say the energy for transport is 30%, the energy for industry is 31%, the energy for other sector is 4%, the energy consumed as of 2010 in the building sector is 35%. You can see that this 35% accounts for the highest percentage in energy consumption as of 2010. So our major goal is to see how to reduce this energy consumption in building. Let's look on a global scale, the greenhouse gas emission. Greenhouse gas emission, you can see in the forest, it is 80%. In agriculture, it is 50%. Then the waste is 4%. Transport is 14%. Energy production is 30%. Manufacturing 21%. And in building, it also accounts for 50%. If we check, I think this should be the fourth position on a scale against this global gas house emission. So the major goal of green building is also how to reduce carbon emission, how to reduce carbon footprint that is being generated from building construction. If we look at the global scale for water consumption as at 2010, we discovered that for agriculture, it is 92%, but for domestic water use, it's 5%. And for other industry, it's 3%. It's also coming up. Our major focus is to see how we can reduce this further, because the population is likely to increase in 2035. And when the the water demand is likely to also be increased. Resources flow through green building. In building construction, it can be either a new construction, it can be it's already in use, it can be through maintenance, it can be through renewal and renovation, it can also be through demolition. But the input material requires building material, energy, and the water. As we see in this slide, we discovered that 40% of the material is being consumed by the construction industry on a global scale. Energy accounts for 35%, while water accounts for 5%. And from here, you can see emission to air, water and energy, waste, noise, social impact, and financial returns. So those are the resources that are flowing through the the major goal is to see how we can reduce the building material be consumed in construction, the energy be consumed, and the water. The theory has a interrelationship. If you change the materials, it's going to likely affect the energy. If you check the water facility, it's going to affect the energy. So the materials and the energy direct relationship, while the energy and the water, they also have a direct relationship. Now, let's go. What is driving the green building? Which is for green building? Why are we so focused on green building? One is national and regional policy to address climate change. The global thinking of the world. For example, the extreme rainfall, like in Nigeria, in my location for the past 5 days, it has been raining heavily and flooding is taking place in everywhere. Change is going to cause a lot of extreme hot weather or drought or a rainfall intensity or flooding. So green building will help to that is being emitted into the atmosphere. And when the carbon emission is being reduced, then the effect of climate change will likely also be reduced. Now, recently, the electricity company in Nigeria has increased the tariff, the electricity bill, and a lot of people are already complaining. So because of the rise in energy costs, there is likelihood that the population is going to be stressed. Because we don't want the people to be put under unnecessary pressure, that is one of the reasons why we are advocating for green building, so as to reduce. There is also a rise for voluntary green building certification. So, for example, when your building is green building certified, at least you have a sense of, you have a source of pride that, in fact, where I am living is a green building certified estate, or like in my company now, we buy most of our estate to green building. So when you are telling people I live in a green building house, you have a sense of belonging. A lot of people are taking voluntary action to make their building certified, green building certified. We also have some incentives for energy efficiency and macro renewal. And we also have maybe ethical investment like environmental reporting and green bonds. For example, like the ISC, if your estate is green building certified, you can have access to some loan at a very discounted rate. You can be allowed to borrow at a discounted rate. I think recently a lady called me that they are LEED green building certified, and they went to the World Bank to borrow. No, they must go back and get EDGE building certification. Without EDGE certification, even though they have LEED certificate to that loan. So those are the business case for green building. The reason why we are driving green building technology in the construction. Now, we go to the benefits of a certified green building. Commercial value for all stakeholders. One, certified green building have higher sales price, sales cycle, lower operational costs, lower low default rates, and higher resale value. For example, when you are a builder, likelihood that your estate, you will sell it on time, very fast. Like most of our estates in Lagos now, that we are already telling the subscribers green building, and by next month, the estate will be green building certified. So
we already experienced a higher rate, a higher sales rate against what we experienced last year, where we were not working towards a green building. So just hold on, let me connect my speaker. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so can you hear me? So to the developers, you can sell your estate faster than when your estate is not a green building certified. To the buyers, there is a low utility bill where you are supposed to be paying a high bill. Your utility bill is going to be less. You can see in US, they're already experiencing Okay, now to the bankers, if you go to the bank to take a loan when your estates are green building certified, there is a lower default rate for you. They are going to give you a lot of discount for being a green building certified. And when you want to sell your building resale, you have it, you purchase a building already, you now decide to say, I want to sell it back again. Do we have a high resale value because the building is green building certified, as against when the building is just an ordinary building? You can see what is being happening in UK. In UK, you have a resale value of plus 10 to 40%. In Netherlands, we have plus 3.7%. In California, we have 8.7%. In Switzerland, we have between 5 to 7%. I think in Nigeria, in the next slide or tomorrow, I will give the rate. We're already seeing a high resale value for some of the buildings that are already green building certified in Nigeria. Now, green building construction is equals to achieve emission cuts at low cost. And poor investment choice today will give you an energy intensive asset that are not financially viable and may get stranded in a few years. When we go further, you will know more about this today. Now, market barriers. Why, despite all this gospel we are preaching, despite this policy we are preaching against to developers, to investors, to homeowners, to builders, against green building, even you can see the training we are doing, I think we are 3 here, people don't really have that the mindset what green building is all really about. Some don't really see it to be anything different from normal building. You can see what these investors are saying. They said, we will fund efficient building. If you come to us that you want to build an efficient building, we are ready to fund it for you. But the demand is still very low, and the risk of not payment is still very high. Those are the barriers to getting this information across the stakeholders, across to those who will really value it. A majority of people, they don't really still see the value. They don't still really understand the gospel we are trying to preach. Even in this training, you can see a lot of people are not, if you see, they will call me Sunday, what is green building? What is the benefit of green building? If I try to preach to them, they don't still seem to understand what I'm trying to tell them, because there is no awareness, detailed awareness, or what they are expected to gain from the green building. If you look at the developers said, we will build more efficient home, but investors won't finance the additional cost, because the investors are scared that if we finance this building, how will these people pay back, because there is a low demand in the market. Okay, let's look at these homeowners. The homeowners, they said, we would like lower utility bills, but the efficient home aren't affordable. Initially, it might not be affordable, but in the long run, is better, far better than a normal conventional building. Let's see what the builders are complaining about. We can build energy efficient home, but developers don't ask for them because the fee is too expensive. The fee, when they build it, their profit margin is going to reduce. The fee, if they build it, people will not be interested in it because of the additional cost. These are the constraints. These are the barriers being faced in the global market of green building technology these days. So we must be able to show to the stakeholder the value creation that they are expecting, the value creation that we are trying to get across to them. That is the only reason they can really see sense in what we are preaching. And from there, they can easily subscribe to our gospel. Now, defining green building. If I may ask, which of these is a green building? We see building A, we see building B here, we see building C here, we see D, we see E, we see F, we see G to I. Yes, we might decide to assume this is a bush house, like some of the house in a local village. It might not be a green building, but it doesn't really mean. But if I should go down, you can see all of them are green buildings, but they are all achieved differently and under different conditions. Now, let's go further. What is even green building? How is it defined? Green building can typically reduce energy use, carbon emission, water use, and materials by 20 to 80%. And that are the major focus of this, our EDGE app. Energy reduction, reduction in carbon emission, reduction in water use, reduction in body energy in producing the building materials. Dealing with the efficiency of a new building at the design stage with respect to its energy, water, and material consumption has to be at the heart of green building. So you get more benefit when you start considering the parameters of green building at your preliminary design stage. That is where you can easily consider passive design. How can I really carry out the design to see how energy is going to be reduced, water is going to be reduced, and body energy in material is going to be reduced. When you consider this during your preliminary and then the design stage of your design, of your construction, you are likely to have a greater efficiency at the end of the construction. But if you fail to take those things into account at the preliminary and design stage, during your post-construction certification, when you want to carry out a post-construction certification, you may likely run into problem because these parameters were not detailedly considered during the preliminary and design stage. And how does World Bank define green building? A certified building that uses 20% less energy, water, and embodied energy in material compared to an equivalent local benchmark. If you have a building that is already locally benchmarked based on the local standards and local policy, and you now apply some green building measures, and the energy, the waters, and the energy and body energy now reduce by 20%, that building is called green building. That is how World Bank define it. And you will see details of this when we are when we are choosing the parameter, the percentage for you to meet EDGE certification, when we'll be talking about EDGE certification, advanced EDGE certification, and zero carbon certification. Now, what does EDGE measures? As before, you have seen these slides before. EDGE measure body energy in materials. EDGE measure energy efficiency. EDGE measure water efficiency. EDGE measure emission to air, water, and soil, carbon emission. And EDGE also measure financial return, either incremental cost. When you are trying to implement green building, what is likely the incremental cost you are going to incur? Is there going to be additional cost you will incur in trying to adopt these green building measures? If there is additional cost, when likely will you be able to offset this incremental cost, which is the payback period? So EDGE also help you to measure the payback period, the period you need to pay back to offset the additional cost, incremental cost you incur in an attempt to adopt 1,000. And EDGE uses what we call delivered energy as the metric of measuring energy. When we say delivered energy, this can also be called on-site energy use. So energy you consume on site in making the building green is what we call delivered energy. Then we have a primary energy, which is the energy from a raw fossil fuel. We have secondary energy, which is the energy that you produce from the primary energy. So all of them are from different sources, and they are measured from differently in different units. So you cannot use them before you now use them to measure EDGE, to measure EDGE energy certification. It must be the energy consumed that will give you a unified unit based on the primary and the secondary energy to give you the delivered energy. So the matrix used in measuring the energy in EDGE is delivered energy, which is the as on-site use energy. Now, IFC, International Finance Corporation Green Building Program, how IFC catalyzes the market. How are they trying to be the lead players in the market? IFC is a member of the World Bank, and EDGE is an innovation of an IFC. They are trying to activate financing through banking partners and support product development such as green mortgage and green bonds. For example, if your estate is green building certified and you want to source for some bonds from the bank, they can help you to get those bonds or those loans at a very cheaper rate, at a very discounted rate. And if we give an investment, they also give investment and advisory for the banks. Before you can give loans to developers, to real estate players, you have to consider the risk that are involved. So they give those financial risk investment and the advisory for the bank. Also, advise and directly invest in the property sector through IFCO's balance sheet. Then they can investment and advisory for the building sector also. They give EDGE certification, which they create a scalable voluntary certification system and software, which is called the EDGE app, EDGE software. I will be navigating through the software later, and tomorrow we'll be using the software in detail to empower the property industry in order to build green. They give green building codes and incentive. They incentivize green decision making by fostering an enabling environment of supporting government policy to raise the bar on building regulations. So they give advice to government on, for example, we are already talking with the Lagos State Commissioner for housing, and also the general manager of LAPCA in Lagos, on how we can adopt some local code that will suit green building system. So I am a member of the Nigeria Society of Engineers, a committee of national code and standard. So we are already working towards that. We already see how we can develop a local code based on green building in Nigeria. So why EDGE was created? EDGE.
Excuse me, there's some noise.
Excellence in design for greater efficiency. Excellence in design for greater efficiencies. So the EDGE was created in order to mainstream green building and tackle climate change. The pioneering green building certification system focused on top-tier customer building and provided leadership at the top of this pyramid. Then the mass market has limited capacity to implement green building regulation. Therefore, IFC now decided to create EDGE in order to assist the mass market in regulating the green building market. There is need for a simple, quick, and affordable system. EDGE is very simple to use. It doesn't require a prior knowledge. It doesn't require detailed modelings. You will see it tomorrow when we'll be using the real EDGE app. So it's also a certification system for emerging markets.
Sorry, there's a little noise in the back.
I think excellency in design for greater efficiency. That is the full meaning of EDGE. And EDGE is focusing on 20% saving in energy, in water, and in body energy in building materials. Now, how EDGE is a design tool. It is a software. I will show you how you can download the software, how you can subscribe to the software today. It's free, and you can register on the software, and you can be using it at your convenient time. EDGE is a software. It helps to evaluate resources intensity use for local utility cost and climate data. Design specific result from building physical calculation. Design guidance on multiple technical measures. Investment planning for building owners. For example, EDGE is more simpler than eQuest. eQuest is a software that is used in building modeling. We use it to model energy in building, and it requires a lot of modeling. Use a dynamic simulation system to model. But EDGE is just a simple software that uses a quasi-steady state principle to model its energy. It's a simple software. You will see it the introduction today and the full details tomorrow. Now, EDGE as a software is also a green building standard. How do we measure green building in EDGE? When you choose the design information in EDGE software and you choose the measure that you can select under the energy, the measure you can select under water, and the measure you can select under the building material. The EDGE software will help you to rate them to see what is the percentage savings in energy, the percentage saving in water, the percentage saving in a body energy in material. When the percentage is 20% for energy, 20% for water, 20% for a body energy material minimum, then that building is recognized as green building. When you select the different measure, I will show it to you today. When you select the different measures and you discover that on a minimum scale, it can be greater, but it's minimal. So when you have a minimal energy saving of 20%, minimal energy saving of for water 20%, minimal savings of embodied energy in material, then you are qualified for EDGE certification, EDGE Green Building Certification. So let me see, I see some question there. Okay, we can mute ourselves so as not to interrupt the system. Let me mute everybody. Okay, now a building that consumes, that is what I just explained. When your measures is 20-20-20, energy, water, and embodied energy in material, then that building has met EDGE certification standard. So the EDGE software is the EDGE is a software, is a green building standard. It's also a certification system. You also use the EDGE software to certify building. On the software itself, that is where you carry out the building registration. That is where you submit the application, you upload all the compliance documentation and submit your project, and you win your certificate through the software. So I will be showing you tomorrow how to register your project on the software, how to upload all the necessary documentations, how to submit the application, how to assign EDGE auditor and EDGE expert to you, and how to become an EDGE certified, and you win your certificate through the software. So EDGE software is common in the exam. It can come out in the exam. EDGE is a software. It is a standard. It is a certification system also. Now, we have what we call, there are 3 categories of EDGE certification. We have what we call EDGE certified. We have what we call EDGE advanced. We have what we call zero carbon certification. So as I explained earlier, when your measures for energy, for water, for embodied energy in material have minimal standard, minimal percentage of 20-20-20, then you meet the EDGE certified certificate. But when the energy is 40% minimum and water is 20% minimum and body energy is 20% minimum, then you have what we call EDGE advanced. In the ordinary EDGE certificate is 20 energy, 20 water, 20 embodied energy. But in EDGE advanced is 40% in energy, 20 in water, 20 in embodied energy material. All of them minimal. Then for zero carbon, you should have achieved, go all the way to carbon neutral with 40% or more in energy, and achieving 100% through renewable or topping off with carbon. So you don't need to pass through another certification to become a zero carbon certified. So when you have either 20, 40 and above energy saving, and you have a total carbon offset or as a renewable energy, everything is renewable energy on site, there is no likelihood there will be a single carbon emission, then you are likely to have a zero carbon certification. That is the minimum of 20% here, minimum of 40% here for energy, and here you will now have 100%. Now, the scope of EDGE Green Building Certification. A building under EDGE, a building in EDGE is defined as a naturally ventilated or conditioned. It can be heated or it can be cooled structure with at least 1 full-time equivalent occupant. If at least there is 1 full-time occupant in a building is already called a building. And the edge has different types of buildings be incorporated in the edge software. We have what we call homes. Under this home, it can be single family, can be multi-family, and they have different level of income, low level of income, middle income earner, high level income earner. We also have hospitality, hotel, resort, and service apartment. So we have retails, we also have light industry and warehouse. We have hospitals and we have clinic. We have offices. We have education. All these different buildings for different purposes, they are all incorporated in Edge. And Edge, being a software and a code and also a certification system, can be used for new building. It can be used for existing building, like for renovation. It can also be used for a building core and a share. So it can be used for all of them. It must not be a new building. It can be used for new building, can be used for existing building, can be used for core and even share. And it can even be used to certify certain part of a building. You have a complete building. You want to satisfy, maybe you have 4 flats. You want to satisfy only 1 flat inside the building. It can also be done. So how Edge is different from other certification system. You know, we have other certification body like the Green Building Council, like the LEED certification. Then we have other certification body, but how is Edge different from all these certification system? One, financial calculator. There is no other certification system that has a free software to calculate the cost of going green. No, it's only Edge. Quantitative approach. Edge uses projected performance of a uniquely measurable approach. So they have a baseline case that they use to project what is likely to be the performance of the buildings. They have one-stop shop. Efficiency simulations are executed in Edge, and the entire certification process can be conducted within the Edge. As I have explained earlier, for example, if you want to model energy efficiency using eQuest, you will carry out a lot of modeling, and that software is only specific to only energy. It means you have to look for another software that will model water. You have to look for another software that will model body energy in materials. So, but Edge has everything in place: energy simulation, water simulation, and body energy in material simulation. Not only that, you can upload all the documentation, submit every application online, get your certificates online, everything through the software. There is no other software that can do that. Project integration. Certification compliance can be achieved with invoice, photos, and a few architectural drawing. What it means is that, unlike other certification body that will tell you, okay, let's go to site, let's go and take some physical picture, let's go and take images, DHL the images to us. In Edge software, you can upload photos, you can upload the architectural drawing, the structural drawing, the MIE drawing, all the invoices you use in purchasing all the materials in the building. You can upload everything under the platform of Edge software. You don't, just under one platform, you can do everything. And there is no other green building certification software that can do that. Then location specific. Edge has climate and lifestyle data for the most accurate results. For example, the local climate change of each country is being embodied in the software. If you are in Nigeria, and you select Abuja as your location, the Edge is going to adjust itself to Abuja climate change, climate condition. If you are in Lagos, it's going to adjust itself to Lagos climate condition. If you are in Ghana, it's going to adjust itself. So it's location specific. It doesn't use a generic climate change. It's location based. And when peradventure you are in Lagos and you want to simulate a building in Benin, but there is no climate information about Benin, you look for the next city that is closer to that city. So when the city you want to model has no climate information and rainfall information, use the next city that is within the region that is likely to have the same climate change with the city, with that other city. Then green building for all, fast and affordable, is fast to use, is free, and EDGE MACE certification available for everyone. So those are the different advantages of EDGE from other green building certification softwares. EDGE is an online platform. That is what I have just discussed to you. And the software demo. And I think at this point, I will show you how to navigate to the software. Now, you can open your computer. You can open your computer. Let me stop, share another screen. You can open your computer. Can you see my new screen? Can you see my new screen? So what you will do?
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
You can unmute yourself. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me? You can put it on the chat box.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Now you can see my screen. You can see my screen. So this is the website of EDGE. What you will do, type it if you are connected to internet, just type it on the internet, www.edgebuildings.com. www.edgebuildings.com. If you enter, so when you enter, the website will come out for you. This is the website of the EDGE. So the first thing you need to do when you open this application, the first thing you need to do is to sign in. If you open this website, you are seeing about, you are seeing certify, you are seeing role, you are seeing the EDGE, you are seeing the event, you are seeing story, you are seeing the project. Now, to get access to the software, you come here. This is the EDGE app here, EDGE app. Then click the EDGE app. When you click the EDGE app, you can see it displays this page for you. In this page, I have already registered. That is why it's showing me email and password. But you be a new person that is trying to sign in, you will come here and click register. Let's do it together. Click register. Are you following?
Yes, I am.
Okay, click register. When you click register, it's going to display a page like this. In this page, put in your information. All fields are required. Situation, salutation, put, if you are Mr., you can put it there. Then full name, put your full name. Put in your last name. Put in your email and your password. That is what you will be using every time you want to sign in, because it's a web-based application. Then put in your email, put in your password, then confirm your password. When you confirm your password, you can click next, because if I do it, they will tell me I'm already signed in, because I'm already signed in. So you will click next, then you will see where to finish. When you click next, you should have finished. Let me see if I put in my name again. Whether let me put in my name with another one. So a big case on the then user email. Let me use Ornament Engineering at gmail.com. Then I will put in my password. Then I will confirm my password. When you are through with that, you click next. When you click next, you put in your country. Put in your country. Maybe I can put in my country, Nigeria. Put in my country, Nigeria. Then I can put in my mobile phone number, 008034998045. Then I can put my company, let's say Ornament. I can put my job title, maybe project manager. Then you can click, then you can decide to say, I am not a robot. Then you get created. So when you do that, your account will be created. So I have created my account and the software will open like this. But next time, if you want to sign in, because you have your information already imputed, I will just open the website www.edgebuildings.com. I will click the app. It will just tell you sign in because I already signed in. If I close this, let me close this also. Then I can come here, I can sign into my app. Okay, it will open for me. So, were you able to sign in before we proceed? Were you able to sign in? Hello?
Yes, I'm signing in presently.
Okay, that is fine. So that is how you can sign in to the software. And when you sign in, you will have this interface. So I will reserve tomorrow proper for the software. Today, we will just move through the resources interface, what you need to understand, the different measures. So tomorrow, when we come tomorrow, we go to the software straight. We use it to model a simple case, then you will understand everything. Now, when you have the software like this, let me go to the second modules and I will come back again to the app. Let me go back to the PowerPoint. Now, we are in session 2. We are in session 2, methodology and the software itself, which is what I have just opened for you, the software. Now, in the software, we have what we call EDGE methodology and the software. We have what we call the resources and maybe the workshop and the practical exercise, the small one. We do that one tomorrow. Now, the methodology in EDGE. EDGE has what we call the base case and the improved case. You will understand all these concepts when we will be using the software tomorrow proper. So you will be seeing everything in the software. So the base case are the local key assumption that was built in EDGE based on the local standard of that country, based on the policy regulation of that country. For example, if you want to measure HVAC system, we use the ASHRAE as the code of standard they use. So if there is in Nigeria has their energy design code, it is that code they will use for Nigeria environment. If anyone that is in Ghana, if they have a specific code for that country, that is what they will use for that country. So we have what we call the base case and the improved case. The base case is what you measure against. It's the default parameters that were assigned to the software. By the time you select your measures, you are going to choose to assess your green building. There will be difference between the base case and the measure you selected. So the original information is what we call the base case. So when you select another measure, that is what we call the improved case. You can see these two diagrams here. You see that this graph is the same thing as this graph. What it means is that the two are both for base case. It is used for base case. No improved case has been selected. But if you look at this one, this is the base case. This is the improved case when the measures for energy, for water, for body energy in material were selected. This now gives you the base case. So if you compare this with this, you will have seen there is a reduction in both the hot water. Maybe the other one is lightning, the other one is silifying, the other one is maybe a cooling system. You see that this yellow and this yellow, they change. This and this, they change. The difference between this base case and this improved case is what we call the savings. That is the savings you are going to save. This is the original base case. When you selected your measures, these are what you observe. So the difference between this graph and this graph is is the saving. In other words, if I draw a straight arrow here, the remaining one, this remaining part that would have made this graph to be equal to this is the saving we have achieved in selecting that measures. You will see it when we are using the software. You can see that this geometry is this geometry. So this is the base case. This is the improved case. It means that the same measures that we have selected in this are still the same measure that we have selected in this. So there is no changes. Now, but for the base case, what EDGE software does is don't just follow, but when we are now using the software, you will understand everything proper. So the EDGE has a standard and the local data they use to build the base case assumption. Then the user input is what you now specify, because this is what we assume for you, which is the base case. But this is the actual, which is the user input. So everything, this standard plus the actual you selected is equals to the base case. And that base case, the standard and the local data are the specific input parameters for the buildings, homes, hospital, retail, and the different house types and their various use. We give you the base case. Now, when you now, the base case plus the selected measures, when we are using the selected measure, it might be look straight to you, but tomorrow, when we are selecting it in the software, I will show you a small example. This is the base case plus the selected measure, we give you the improved case. This is the improved case. This is the base case. This is the improved case. The difference, which is this arrow between the base case and this improved case, is what we call the energy saving. It's what we call the savings that is reduced. So energy, water, and energy and materials measures are interrelated. For example, when you choose water efficient facility, for example, low shower head, is going to reduce the flow rate and is going to reduce the energy use. Energy and materials for materials and body energy also have relationship. When you select a very good measure, building materials that has a low body energy, is going to automatically reduce the energy consumption in the energy section of the software. So the energy and the body energy material, they have a relationship. So also energy and water, they have interrelationship. For example, reduction in hot water use will reduce energy use to produce the hot water. A change in material can change the thermal performance of the wall or the roof unless the U value is specified by the users. I will explain all those ones later. Now, the thermal calculations. Now, when we select this measure, you can see we have energy consumption that is reduced. Now, there are times there is a concept in Edge that is called virtual energy, like a dummy energy. For example, when you build your house, your building, and you decided not to use HVAC system, no cooling, no heating in the building, and you now run the system in Edge software, Edge will calculate the normal energy of that building without the HVAC system, which the Edge will also report that if the condition of the building is not okay, if the condition of the building, for example, the cooling condition of the building is not okay, or the heating condition of the building is not okay, Edge will give you what is called virtual energy. This virtual energy is the energy that you will use if you finally decided to install HVAC system in the building. When you now later, after the construction, you now discover this building is not comfortable for me. The heat is too much, or the cooling, I need cooling in this building, and you now decide to install HVAC system. So Edge will now project it ahead of time that if you decide to install HVAC system in the future, this is likely to be the base case energy, and this will be the service in case you install it. So the difference between this virtual energy and this virtual energy for the improved case is also the virtual energy that will be saved. If you look at this first diagram, HVAC system is required. You can see that the virtual energy does not reflect here for the base case. The virtual energy does not reflect for the improved case. So the difference is, which is this arrow, is the energy use reduction. That is the saving you will get for using the HVAC system and selecting the energy measures. But if HVAC is not installed, Edge will not produce what is called virtual energy, meaning that if the house if the edge discover that the house is not comfortable, will not be comfortable, edge will tell you, but this house is not comfortable. You will need so energy. In case you finally decided to install HVAC system, this is how the energy is going to change between the base case and the improved case. But one good thing is that, when you calculate this, the software is going to give you the final energy use, the final water use, the final utility saving. But when you use this, the edge software only reflects this vital energy for the base case and the vital energy for the improved case, but it will not use it to calculate the final utility energy or the utility cost for the software, because as of now, you said, I'm not going to install HVAC. It will not use it it will not add it. It will not use it to calculate the energy utility savings because it is in vital energy. Now, I will show you all those in the software shortly. We have different codes that are used to build the base case, like the Ashware, that the European code, like this English code. Maybe this is for hot water, for cold water, for energy. They have different codes you will use. And I will show you shortly where you can use those different codes. Now, when Edge want to calculate the HVAC demand, it uses what is called quasi-steady state model. We have three types of model in modeling energy simulation in building. We have the empirical formula, we have the steady state model, we have the dynamic simulation. The dynamic simulation is what is used by eQuest, that is used for building energy simulation, and it's very tedious and it's very time consuming. But Edge just use a quasi-steady state simulation, and it's also common in exam. They will ask you in Edge thermal calculation and HVAC demand, what type of model is being used for the simulation? They will say A, empirical, steady state model, dynamic simulation, quasi-state model. So quasi-state model is what is being used. What is this quasi-state model? It combines simplicity of empirical model with accuracy better than steady state model, avoids need for highly skilled analysts, quick and cheaper assessment, and increased scalability. If I want to model building energy simulation using eQuest, in fact, I have to go and study my material again because it's tedious and it requires a highly skilled analyst. But this software does not require prior knowledge of the software. So empirical formula uses rule of thumbs, is simple and is low in accuracy. The steady state model uses a simplified heat balance equation like one-dimensional Saint-Venant equation, and is quick. It ignores the dynamic variability in building. Then the dynamic simulation consider the full-scale Saint-Venant equation, which consists of both the momentum, both the steady states, and both the forces. So it is done maybe hour by hour. It's more accurate, but it's complicated. Because of that, Edge is now using quasi-state simulation model that combines the simplicity of a empirical model with the variability in building of the steady state model. Base case will change over time. I told you that under Edge software, there are base case assumptions that were built as default values. But as time advances, as the code and standard for each specific country changes, the base case scenario will also change because the base case will determine using the local standard of each country. So when the local standard is being improved, for example, the energy design code is being improved in efficiency, and we will go back to the base case assumptions and change the base case. Why are we saying this? is that you may use a local standard for a particular base case last year, and your certification will pass the recommendation. But next year, because of improvement in this code and standard, the base case assumption will change. So the building that once passed the certification last year might not be able to pass the certification next year because there is not improvement in the code and standard that was used to develop the key base assumption. You can see that this building passed in 2020 on the ground that the energy reduction is 25%. But by 2025, same building, but the baseline changed. It now become 14%. You can see that what passes EDGE certification in 2020 failed the same EDGE certification in 2025, the same building, the same information. So base case will always change over time. Now, EDGE program resources, EDGE website. So in the EDGE website, that is where you get a lot of information, how to get the material for the exam, how to get the resources, how to know how to become EDGE expert. At this point, I will just move and I will go down to the software. I will go there now. Let me go to the website. Now, this is the website. Before we come back to the website, I will give you people like 5 minutes to just stand up, move around, because it's not advisable to sit down for long. We have spent like almost like 1.5 hours. So you just stand up, stretch your leg, move around a little bit. Then in the next 5 minutes, we will come back again. Please, let's be time conscious. We will come back again. When we come back, we will go to the EDGE website and I will navigate how you can navigate all the materials in the EDGE website. Thank you very much. So in the next 5 minutes, please. Hello, can we continue?
Yes, yes, we may.
Okay, I hope everybody
Yes,
is
we can.
all right. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, now let me show you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, that is good. Let me. Okay, as I said before, this is the Edge software when you log in, but this is the website, www.edgebuildis.com. This is the website. Now, in this website, you can get access to different materials you can use. Maybe in case you want to prepare for Edge exam, the user guides, the different materials. Now, if you want to get the different materials, use the materials you need for this Edge exam, you can come down here, just go down straight to the end. You will see at the end, you will see three different sections here: marketing, learning, and the contact. So under this learning, you can Edge exam preparation. You can see the methodology. This is the user manual. You can come here, click. Then when you click, you will see the user guide. You will see Edge user guide for all building types, Edge material reference guide, project and sub-project user guide. So if I come to this one, I will click user guide. If I click the user guide, it will open the material for me. Wait, I'm coming, it's supposed to open the material for me. So it will not open it. Which version of the material do you need? If I need English version, I will click English version. So you can see the English version of the user guide material. So everything, all the measures you want to use, you want to select for your green building, all the information you required, they are all documented under this user guide. You can see the user guide is 291 pages. That's the user guide. So this way you can get a lot of information, and I will show you later also how you can get a specific information while you are already working in the software and you don't know what to do, how to just go straight to that specific location and get what you want. Now, this is the user guide. You can come back. You come back to the methodology also. You click technical, maybe Edge exam preparation. You will get all the information about Edge, how to prepare for the exam, course training material provided by the instructor, the approval protocol for Edge version, approval protocol for Edge expert version. You will just see a lot of materials you can download from here. Then I will also show you Edge exam sample question. You can see it here. You can see Edge practice examination instruction. How the procedure, how you can become an Edge expert, schedule your exam. You will get all the information in this place. Now, you can also go back to the methodology report. If you want to get the embodied energy, embodied energy material methodology. You click here, you can get the materials. Edge methodology report, you can click. All the information you just need about the edge, you get everything here. You just navigate. Even quick answers, question answer, you can get it here. Any technical updates, you will get it here. If you want to see maybe the brochure, you can see it here. News about edge, you can see it here. Maybe there's any presentation, you can see it here. Any energy trends going on, you see them under the marketing. And for the contacts, you come here. Now, once you want to learn more about edge, you can come here to about. You come here to about. This is about edge, the business case of edge, certifier. Let me click about edge. You will see information about edge. You can read it on your own. Then you come back here again. The business case, why the need for edge? What is driving the market force for green building? You can see the business case here. You can see a lot of resources that have been published, climate risk and response. You can see the green building are proving. So a lot of information are here for you to get. This is the resources center where you can get a lot of information. Then you can also come here and the certifiers. Then who are the approved certifier for edge? Now, certifier operating in most countries. Now, let me tell you the stakeholders in this edge certification system. Now, the process is if a edge expert, first of all, an edge expert, we have what we call edge expert, we have what we call the design team, we have what we call the edge auditor, we have what we call the certifier body. Now, the edge experts are people like you now who attended this training. After attending this training, you will receive a certificate with a number. So the certificates you will receive from this training and a code number will qualify you to sit for the edge expert exam. When you finish this training, you become an edge expert trainee. So when you now want to become a full accredited edge expert, so you will now sit. That certificate you will receive after this training qualifies you to sit for the edge expert exam. So that edge expert exam, I think the edge expert exam is like it's $100. So you will now write the exam. When you write the exam and you passed, you will now become an edge expert professional. So the exam is 72 questions objective, and you are asked to the questions are 75 questions, and you are likely to score 75% of it to pass the exam. So that is the edge expert. Then when the edge expert, when you now finish as edge expert, there are companies that has a global license to deliver the edge expert training. That company is what we call Sintali. This one is Sintali. Sintali is the company given the global license to deliver edge certification training. I'm under them. I'm doing the training for them in Africa. Now, when the Sintali finish the edge expert training, their whole business is finished. Then to become an auditor, we have an edge auditor. An edge auditor, you will work with a certified body. This SGS is the certification body, is the certifier body in Nigeria. And we have also green business certification in other countries. So these two bodies, SGS and GBCI, they are the certifiers. They are the auditors, edge auditors to ISC. So when a client wants to certify his building, what he will do is the design team in that company will arrange all the documents, all the drawings, all the different documents needed. The company will not consult an edge expert, somebody like you. I pay them, I think in Nigeria it should be around $600. You will not come and consult for them, give them advice, give them consulting advice on how they should go about the certification. Then you can help them to upload all the documents on the software. You can help them to register the application on the software with the support of the design team. Then when all the documents are this okay, and you have now uploaded all of them into the Edge software, you will now notify the Edge certifier body, which is SGS or GBCI. These are the auditors. So these auditors will now come to site, physical audit. We also have virtual audit. They will now come to the site. They will now verify all the documents you have uploaded. Compare the documents with what are on the ground. If they are okay with their audit, they will now make a recommendation to ISC. So ISC will now approve the certificate. So that is how these are the stakeholders in the green building certification process through Edge. The Edge expert, the client, the design team, the Edge expert, the Edge auditor, who are the certifier, and the ISC who approves. Now, in many countries, we have, you can see, this is the company that delivers the Edge certification training. This is the company that carry out the certifier. This is the one, this is the company that carry out the auditing. This and this, they carry out auditing. But in Nigeria, is SGS. Then when they finish, they will not approve. You can see these are the different certification bodies in different countries. In Nigeria, you can see is Sintali is the one delivering the training, while SGS is the auditors. Now, when you finish about that, you can come back again. You check Edge app. You can also get the Edge app from here, the way we have it from here. When you finish this, you can come back to ISC and Green Beauty. How are they? What business are they doing? ISC and Green Beauty. What is their mission? What they are likely, what drive them into market? You will see a lot of information you can read here about ISC and the Green Beauty. Now also, you come to the roles. We have developers who are the company that is into real estate. We have the banks, we have the government, we have the Edge experts. Immediately you finish this training and you write the exam and you pass, your name will be enlisted inside this Edge expert. Globally, your name will be there. If I click here now, it will take me to the hire an expert, get trained, make it your business to become an expert. Let me see how to become an expert. The expert in my country. If you want to hire an expert, you can come here, hire an expert. It's coming up. You can see, they will not tell you which country. I will say, okay, Nigeria. I will look for Nigeria. This is Nigeria. All the Edge experts in Nigeria will come up. I think as at the time of doing this, we are around 12 in Nigeria. These are the Edge experts in Nigeria so far. I think this is my name here. This is my name here. These are edge experts. These are edge experts. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We are 18 edge experts in Nigeria as a whole for now. You see, the publicity still need to be advertised widely because a lot of people are not still aware of what is green buildings. So you can see when you not come here, if I want to hire, I will just come here and hire somebody like this. You will just contact the person and you send him information on LinkedIn. So you can contact the person. If I put here, they can get in touch with me through email. So now, also we have got this certification. If you need some event, calendar or training, you get it here. Some project that has been done, you come here. You are seeing a lot of projects that has been done in different countries. You can see, you can navigate through them. You can check their different information, what makes them to be green building, the different certificates they acquire, their level, whether it's advanced. You can see EDGE Advanced. We have 72 buildings that are EDGE Advanced. You can see view by building topology. You can view by country. If I choose click Nigeria, let me see in Nigeria how many buildings. It's only 5 buildings that are green building certified in Nigeria. Go it. These are the 5 buildings. Alpha 1, Eco Atlantic, Greenwich Student Housing in Abuja, Blue Water in Lagos, Cornerstone Tower Office in Nigeria, and this housing also in Nigeria. This is an EDGE Advanced. So you can see that it's only 5 buildings that have been green building in Nigeria as a whole. We still have a long way to go. So that is why we are trying to propagate this story and this gospel to everywhere in Nigeria, even in across Africa. So that is how you navigate through the EDGE software. That is how you source for the different materials you can source for. Then let's go to the software. This is the software just now. So when you sign in, you will get the software. So I just want to first of all use the one I have, the one I did before, to give you an illustration, so that by tomorrow when we come back, it will just be very new to you. I will go back to open here, and we say open, say file. Okay, I think I'm using the other software. Okay, come here and say EDGE. Also still display this for me. Okay, I'm coming. So let me just sign everything out afresh and sign in, so that I can show you the existing document I've done before. www.greenbuildings.com. EDGE Buildings. So I will go to the app. It tried to show me, and I would have, let me log out. Let me sign out. Sign in. Okay. Okay, so here I want to sign in with my existing information. A big key for you at yahoo.com. This is how you will now be signing in next time. I'll put my password. Okay. Okay, so if I come here, if I click open, there are some drawings I have done before. There are some drawings I have done before. If I should open one of the drawing, I will just click here. I will click OK. You will see when you open the software, you can see this one I did is for one project. This one I did is for one project. You can see the energy is 58%. You can see the water is 42%. You can see this one is 57%. So if I want to select which type of EDGE certification does this one meet? Is it ordinary EDGE certification? Is it EDGE advanced? Which one? Which one of them? Who can tell me?
EDGE advanced.
Okay, correct. It's EDGE advanced. In EDGE advanced,
this is more than 40%.
Yes, energy will be minimum of 40%, water will be minimum of 20%, material will be minimum of 20%. In normal EDGE, energy will be, all of them will be minimum of 20%. But in EDGE advanced, it's only the energy that changes to 14, minimum of 14. So how does it work? You have 4 categories here. When you open the software, you have 4 headings here. First of all, when you come to this side, you will see different house topology. Like this first one is home. This second one is hospitality, where you have hotels and resorts. This one is retail. This one is offices. This one is hospital. And this one is education. If you are, this example I did is for home. If you click the home, the first thing you need to do there is you start from the design tab. This is the design tab. In the design tab, you go to the project details. I will click here. In the project detail, you give the information about the project. What is the name of the project? What is the address? What do you, the city, your phone numbers? They will ask you, you want to share with investors or bankers. If you have a banker that is telling you, let's see what you have, your project you are trying to certify, you can come here, go down and say yes. Then you can share with the investor or with your banker. In this case, we are not sharing, you say no. Then you come to project name, you come to your email, you come to your city. Now, there is one thing I will show you here. This is what we call numbers of distinct buildings. What this one means is that if you go to an estate and you want to certify all the buildings in the estate, and you get there, how many buildings are you seeing physically standing on inside the estate? If you are seeing 3 buildings standing in different locations inside the estate, the numbers of distinct building will be 3. So we have what we call numbers of distinct building. We have what we call multipliers, and we have what we call units. We have what we call units, and we have what we call units. We have what we call numbers of distinct building, and we have multipliers. What are the differences in these 3? The numbers of distinct building is the numbers of physical building you are seeing when you get to site. if you have an estate with 5 buildings standing in different locations inside the estate, the numbers of distinct buildings is 5, because that is the numbers of buildings you can see physically standing on the estate. Now, if, for example, I have a duplex, for example, if I have a duplex, let me see, if I have a flat, a building with 4 flats, and I have 5 types on the estate. If I get there, the numbers of distinct buildings in that estate is 5, which is the numbers of the physical building I am seeing on site. Then numbers of let me come to the other one. Numbers of units. They will not tell you, say, how many units do you have on that site? If you are considering it to be, if you are considering it to be 5, for example, a building, one building has 4 flats, another one has 4 flats, another one has 4 flats. It means that in one flat you have you have 4 units there. In another flat you have another 4 units there. So what you just do, when you say you have 5 numbers of units there, and you will not say, okay, the numbers of units I have, you can say is 1. Then the multipliers, where do I have the multipliers? Okay, the multiplier will be under sub-projects. Okay, I'm coming. So I have explained the meaning of these numbers of distinct buildings. When you finish this project detail, you come to sub-project. This is sub-project. A sub-project is a project that is inside the estate. For example, this type of building is undergoing certification. I think the auditing was done yesterday. So in this estate, we have 3 building topologies. We have block of flats, we have semi-detached, and we have terrace. So in all of them, we have 9 physical buildings on site. So that physical building we are seeing on site is the numbers of distinct buildings. But inside the estate, we have 3 different topologies. So those 3 different topologies are what we call sub-projects. That sub-project, we have sub-project 1 called terrace. We have sub-project 2 called semi-detached. We have sub-project 3 called block of flats. So all those different units that make up the whole estate are called the sub-projects. But the whole estate itself are called the projects. That is the difference. So when you now, for example, I now said I have 2 block of, I have 2 semi-detached there. I will now say, how many units do I have? I will say, how many units? I cannot make it 2. How many units? I will not make it 2. If I have 2 units of semi-detached, and you know that a semi-detached has 2 units, altogether, I'm supposed to have 4 units. Instead of you to put 4 units here, just put this one here under multipliers. Under multiplier here, you type 2 here. It will automatically know that you have 2 units of identical units. So that is the difference between numbers of distinct building, multipliers, and units. Now, when you come under the sub-project detail, they will tell you what is the sub-project you want to do. In this our case, and I said is terrace. The multiplier, I put it there. I will not save, not overwrite it. They will not ask you what type of certification do you want to do. There are 2 types of certification. We have what we call preliminary certification or the design certification and the post-construction certification. If you click here, you will see preliminary certification, you will see post-construction. This preliminary certification is a certification that is done during the design stage. When you are designing the building, you will now begin to consider all the different measures you need to put in place to make sure it is okay. So the auditor will come, they will check, they will check all your drawings. At that time, you only need to submit only the drawing, the design. They will check all the design, the specifications, and when you meet the requirement, they will give you the certificate. So that certificate is called preliminary certificate, and it lasts for 3 years. Right from that day of getting that certificate, all these things are still very common in exam. So when they now give you the certificate today, they will now give you 3 years to finish the building. So when you finish the building after that 3 years, you will now migrate to post-construction certification. But if the building is already built before you engage the services of an auditor to be certified, you will no longer go for preliminary certificate. You will just go straight to post-construction certificate. And you will also pay half of the money for preliminary certification. Then you put the address, you put the status, and you will also choose what type of building are you doing. Is it new building or old building? If you come here, you will see new building, existing building. That is why I told you today that EDGE can be used for both new building and existing building. Then when you finish, the next thing is which location are you constructing the building? I will say it's Nigeria. You will come here, you will choose the country. Then in Nigeria, which location? You will choose Lagos. They will ask you what type of income people are you building the house for? Like our company is building for middle income people. So whether they are lower, middle, or upper middle depends on the revenue drive of the people that want to subscribe for the building. When you select those measures, the software will automatically adjust itself to Nigeria climate condition. You will not see the map here. It will not be showing you the Nigeria map condition and where you are there. Now, when you finish that, you come to the building data. Here, you will know what type of houses are you building. You know, under home can be flat, it can be house, it can be an apartment. You select any one you want to do. The average unit area, you put it there. The numbers of bedroom, you put it there. Numbers of floor, you put it there. Occupancy ratio. Now, occupancy ratio is how many people are going to be living in the room. So what the rule is, if you have 5 bedrooms in that home or in that house, the occupancy ratio is 1 plus numbers of bedroom. That is the conversion. 1 plus numbers of bedroom. That is why you see that this bedroom is 5, then the occupancy ratio is 6. 1 plus numbers of bedroom. Then you give the specification for the kitchen. We will do all these examples tomorrow. Kitchen specification, living room, then the bedroom, then the service balcony, the one that is remaining, the gross floor areas, external wall area, those will automatically be calculated by EDGE. Then the roof area. The roof area is the section of the top of your building per unit. If you have a 2 flats, 2 down, 2 up, and the total roof area is 100. So the roof area that will be here will be roof area per unit. You will not divide that 100 by 2. It will not be 15. So when tomorrow we go deep, so when you now finish, you will now come to the building system. They will now ask you, does the building design include AC system? If you need AC, you will say click yes. Does the building design include space heating? If there is no space heating, you say no. Then you come to the key assumption for the base case. You know, today I told you that we have key assumption for the base case. These key assumptions are what we are built using the local standard and the local code as standard specific to each country. For example, the ASHRAE. for design of HVAC system. So when you click this key assumption, you will see all the default base case assumption. You see fuel use is spacity, default is electricity. If your O is different from electricity, you can come here and select any of them, LPG, natural gas, diesel. Then if your O, if the fuel used for electrical resistance, you put it. The one used for, these are just the default parameters. You can see the U value. I will be talking about the U value tomorrow. The U value, the resistivity, the coefficients of performance, the shading factors. I will be discussing all those ones tomorrow. So here you will get all the basic assumptions. So when you finish all this, you will now save. When you save, you go to the next step, which is now the energy. You can come here and click energy. Under the energy measure, you can see the graph I'll be showing you today, where you will have the base case and the improved case. This is the base case. I can expand it. This is the base case. This is the improved case. The difference is, you can see, this is 19, this is 13. The difference, this is 145, this is 14. The difference is in value between the base case and the improved case is the savings you have in these corresponding measures. Heating, cooling energy, fine energy, that is the savings. The difference between this base case and improved case. Now, in other energy section, there are a lot of measures you need to choose. The one aesthetic, under all these measures, the composite ones is this number one. You must select this number one, which is called the reduced window to wall ratio. I will explain those one tomorrow. Then you will talk about the reflective paint or the tiles for the roof, solar reflectivity. I will define that tomorrow what it means for you. You will calculate the external shading factor. I will show you the U value for insulation, for the roof, for the wall, E-coated glass. When you select all these measures, any measure, for example, this is the reduced wall ratio. If I want to select this wall ratio, I will come here. If I click here, it will disappear. If I want to select it, I will click here. When I click here, the measure will come out for me. But how do you calculate it? You don't just calculate your window wall ratio as a single figure. What you will do, you will come here. You can see this 3 dots here. Come to this 3 dots here, click here. You will see calculator. You will click calculator. When you click calculator, they will give you the calculating box. So window to wall ratio is a ratio of the window glazing divided by the total wall external area. If you calculate all the total external area, external length of the wall, and multiply it by the height of the wall, you will have the total wall area. So the glazing area is the window opening and door opening. With glazing, you calculate all those openings, divide everything, divide the wall, window area by the wall area. Then you will get the window wall ratio for that particular building. But if you want to consider it individually, the north section of the building, the south section of the building, the east section of the building, the west section of the building, this is how you put in their different wall lengths and you put their different gray area. So it will not be this one divided by this one divided by this. At the end of the day, the calculator will help you to calculate a weighted average of all of them. And it will give you this value. When you have this value here automatically, you will just click insert. When you click insert, the value will automatically come here for you. If you want to reduce window to wall area, what is the meaning? You don't even know the meaning of reduce window to wall area. Instead of you to go to the manual inside the software, what you just do, you just come here, click the measure. When you click the measure, you are seeing energy efficiency measure, reduce window to wall ratio. For more information, you will click here. Click here. When you click here, it will open the manual for you, but it will go directly to that measure, reduce window to wall ratio. So you will read it, you will understand everything, everything about window wall ratio. You can see the formula here, sum of glazing area divided by sum of gross external area. So that is how you can source for material directly while you are working with the app. Then you can close here. Then when you want to upload documents, I will show you how to upload documents. When you have documents pertaining to this window wall area, maybe architectural documents, you can come here also, you click upload. I'm going to teach that specifically tomorrow. They will tell you upload documents. Upload documents. If you click here, it will take you to where the document is. You can upload the document. I will talk more about that tomorrow. So when you finish that measure, the same thing about solar reflectivity. If you click here, it will show you the solar reflectivity. When you click here, you also see the calculator, you also see the upload. Today, I'm just doing illustration. Tomorrow, we'll be explaining each of these measures. So when if you choose the one you selected, the energy section will automatically adjust to the percentage. It will be changing. If we reduce this window wall ratio now, we will see how it will affect the energy. So the next thing, we come to the water section. In the water section, we have this, I think almost like 7 measures. You have low flow shower head. What is the flow rate? You put it. Low flow faucet for the kitchen. What is the flow rate? You put it. Low flow faucet in all bedroom. What is the flow rate? You put it. If you are using dual flush system, you put their corresponding figure, first flush and second flush. We explain those on tomorrow. Then the measures that are, it's not compulsory, you must select all the measures. The ones that are available for that building are the one you will select. Well, if you also want to get more information, you can come here, you can click calculator, you can calculate the weighted average when you have different types of shower heads in the building. We'll show an example tomorrow. If you want to get more information, you can come here, you can click, you can get more information. It will take you directly to that measure, water efficient kitchen faucet. Now, when you finish that, when you choose all the measures available, the percentage for water will come up here for you. The next thing, you go to the material section. The material section will ask you for the floor slab, which material do you use to construct the floor slab? You will come here, you will choose any of the material that was used for the floor slab. Then the next one, then you put the thickness of the slab, you put in the rebar per kg per square meter. Then the roof construction, they will ask you, what type of material do you use for the roof? Is it aluminum sheet or timber rafter? Then you choose the ones you use for that building. If the roof is being, if the roof is being covered by 2 different materials, you can select different material. For example, instead of putting 100% proportion for the aluminum sheet, you can say no. Some part of it was aluminum sheet, the other part was not aluminum sheet. In that case, you can say, okay, this one is 50%. You can say this one is 50%. If you put 50, it will bring out another one for you. That will be 50-50, will not make it 100. Then they will ask you for the external wall. What is the material you use for the external wall? It's an in-situ reinforced wall. If it's a brick wall, you select brick wall. Then you can come here and select any measure you want. Then when you finish, you go to internal wall, the same thing. You go to flooring. What type of tiles are you using? Is it ceramic tiles? Is it normal? You choose the one you are using. When you finish, you go to window frame. Is it aluminum frame or wood frame? You select one that is applicable for you. When you finish that, the material section should have been adjusted to you also. So when you now finish, you will now compare the percentage that are here. If the percentage are 20, 20, 20, you meet normal EDGE certification. If it is 40, 20, 20 minimum, you have EDGE advanced. So when you now finish, you will now see the final energy use. This is the final energy to be consumed in kilowatts per hour per month per unit. This is the final water use. This is the base case utility cost. This base case utility cost is the projected cost, monthly cost per unit based on the base case assumption. But when you selected your own measure, the utility based reduction now come to this. This is now 104 monthly. So the difference between this and this is your saving. The difference between this and this is your monthly projected savings. And this utility cost is a combination of water bill and electricity bill and energy bill. It's a combination of water and energy. So when you select this measure, you will now have incremental costs. This incremental cost is the additional cost you need to incur by trying to select a measure, select your green building measures. If your base case is cheaper than your improved case, incremental cost will be negative. It will tell you you don't need extra cost. If the base case cost is lower than if the base case is higher than if the cost of the base case is higher than the cost of the improved case, it means your incremental cost will be negative. In that case, you don't need additional cost to get your measure. In that case, the payback period will be 0. But if the cost of your improved case is higher than the cost of your base case, there will be a positive value here. It means that you need additional cost to implement this measure. So this payback period is the numbers of years it will take you to pay back this additional cost, which is incremental cost. And this payback is calculated by dividing this incremental cost by this utility cost reduction. It's very common in EDGE exam. You see the payback period is calculated by incremental cost divided by utility cost reduction. When you divide this figure by this figure, you are having the payback period. Then when you click this arrow, you are having the original CO2 saving, you are having the embodied energy saving. You are having energy saving, you can say it's not applicable because there was no saving, water saving, all these are not applicable because we have negative in our incremental cost. So this is just to tell you the futures of this EDGE. And when you finish all this, you can save. When you save, you can go to, when you save, you will not come back again to the design stage. This is where you upload all the documents. You can, if I want to upload documents, I will click here. I'm recording this video and I will send it across after the training. So when you, the project document upload can be under the project level and under the measure level. When we talk about project level, we mean all the drawings, architectural drawing, MIE drawing, structural drawing. If you click here, you will be seeing the different types of material you need here. Site plan, rendering images, mechanical, electrical, architectural, other project documents you need. So if anyone you want to upload, just click it, you will upload it. Then when you finish that, that is project level document. We also have measure level document. For example, if I use reflective paint in my building, I will need the solar reflective index. I will explain all those later tomorrow. Then the solar reflective index, you will need a data sheet that is reflecting it that yes, this material, the solar reflectivity is 0.2. So those other materials you need to upload are what we call measure level document. So if you scroll down, you can see the materials: reduced window wall ratio, silify. If you are installing, for example, we want this building we want to certify in Lagos, it is a post-construction certification. So by the time of when we simulate the building parameter in Edge, we discovered that the AC that we installed, the COP of the AC was too low, and the building failed the energy measure. The only way we can overcome it is to install silifies in all the habitable rooms. Then we now give that advice, and the company went ahead and bought a lot of silify to be installed in all the habitable rooms. So if you have that silify, there are data sheets that accompany, like manuals, that accompany the silify. Then that document needs to be uploaded. So in such a case, you will create the silify, then you come to the document upload, then you will upload the document. So that is how to upload documents for certification. Then everything you have done, if I want to download it to have it in the PDF, I can click download. Maybe the download is coming, it's downloading. Then when you finish everything, uploading all your documentation, the next thing you apply for certification. This is where you will now click apply for certification. So we'll discuss all these things tomorrow. Let me see the PDF downloads that will be downloaded, so that you will see how it will look like. When you finish all the whole measure and everything, you will click download. They will download the PDF for you, and that is what you can print out and show to your client if your client is not interested in using the software. I think the project audit is downloading. You can as well come here under, okay, it's coming. So you can see it will not do it in a zip file. Maybe I can click OK. I can open the zip file. Okay, I don't have this widget. So I can come to 5. I'll need the PDF. I will say, give me Edge Assessment PDF. I'll click this one. So tomorrow, when we come tomorrow, we are going to start afresh on how we just, there's a case study we do together. We just start from the beginning with the software. Then as we are going, I will be explaining the different measures to you, so that you will understand the different measures automatically. So I want the PDF to open, and we call it a day. Let me come back again. It's supposed to give me the document. PDF download. Let me see if I will first. Let me see. Maybe it's because of saving. Let me open another one. I don't want to overwrite those ones. Maybe do you want to save? No. So I will open this. So let me see how to open the PDF. Because I don't want to overwrite it. Share the PDF for me. Your Firefox. Okay, I think my Firefox is preventing the download. Okay, I will install it tomorrow. Then we can use it to show the advance. So from there, you can generate the PDF of your work, and you see everything about the report. So at this point, I will advise you tomorrow, just not, if you are tired before tomorrow class, just familiarize yourself with all these surface of this software, and just navigate through the key hospital. No, you can come here and click the hospital. You can come here and click hospital. Then you can come here and click the retail. Then you can come here and click office. They have different features. You can come here, hospital. You can come here and click education. So at this point, I will give, we call it a day from here, and I will just give room, maybe like for question and answer. And if there is question and answer, if you have any question while you are trying to do it at home, maybe tomorrow morning before the training, then you can also send it. I will respond to you. So at this point, I will give 2 minutes for question and answer. Then we call it a day and start from there tomorrow. Thank you very much. So over to you. If you have questions, you just ask the question now so that we quickly answer the question. If there is no question, then we can call it a day and we meet again by 4 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you for the lecture. Yes, I would. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah.
I would like to ask that can an edge expert also serve as an edge auditor? I didn't really get that part very well.
If you pass the exam, automatically you become an edge expert. But automatically you are not an edge auditor. For you to become, you should work with SGS, who are the auditors in Nigeria. So you will work with them, they will train you, and you become the auditor. Like I am an edge expert, I am an edge trainer, but I am not yet an auditor.
Okay. And then I also want to ask that since you have some years of experience being an edge expert, what are the advantage in terms of opportunities that you have practically seen in Nigeria, specifically Lagos, that one can begin to think about to harness?
Okay. Now, for example, like before I become when our company was very eager to get access to loan. Now, the very interest rate, at a very cheap interest rate, then the World Bank is not telling them if your estate is green building certificate this law at a very cheaper rate. So that was even the singular reason why they sent me to this training. And before then, they now edge expert to us. An edge expert is automatically a consultant to different
that are willing to become edge experts, that are willing to certify their building as green building experts. So for Nigeria now, the opportunity is still very low because people, developers and real estate guys, they don't still really understand what is green building. But I think was it not 2 weeks ago, a company called me. The company said that they are LEED certified. LEED is also a green building certification, but they want to access to fund in World Bank. They instructed them to go back and get EDGE certification. So that company is already contacting me to come and consult for them to help them become green building certification. So in Nigeria, you can see just now, it's only 5 buildings that have been certified green. So we are just at the early stage, and you can see we are only 18 edge experts in Nigeria for now. So we are just at the early stage. But I know before the end of next year is going to be a boom market, because we are already talking with the Lagos State Building Regulation and Control. We have a presentation with them. We have discussed with the Commissioner for Housing, and there are ways they are trying to bring it as a form of law into Lagos. If your estates are green building certified, you will be exempted from paying tax. Your company will be exempted from paying tax. If you're at the design stage, your buildings are green building certification, you don't need to be paying huge amount of money to town planning agency. So all those incentives will be given to them. Because of that, a lot of companies will be driving towards green building. And before they can do that, they need edge experts to consult for them. And that is when we will be highly relevant in the industry. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Do we have any other question?
I also want to, like, is there any certificate of training?
Question? Hello, do we have any other question?
No, for now. Or let me ask, is there any certificate for training?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Is there any other question?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I've been hearing you. Can you hear me? Shut down, sir.
I cannot hear these people. Okay, let me. Pedro, any question from you?
I think for now is everything. Just a question. You're gonna send and share,
I don't know
you
why
know,
I can't
this
hear you
presentation
guys.
that you.
But
Okay,
Pedro,
great.
do we have question? Do you have question for me?
No, I'm fine for now. Can you listen to me? Hello?
I can hear you, Pedro, but I'm not sure if he can hear us.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Pedro.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, I can hear you. I think he has a challenge with the speaker also.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I think for me, from my side, everything is great.
All right. I'm not sure I can hear us. It's Engineer Sunday. Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes.
I think we just end the class. I'm not sure if you can hear us any longer. Most likely you'll get back to us via email or
Okay.
the means he has been contacting with us. So we'll meet tomorrow same time. And I'm sure before